Welcome students. In this video we are going to see the various types of patterns that we are using in the casting. So we are having around 7-8 types of patterns which are used for the preparation of the mold in the casting process. So first pattern we are using the single piece pattern. So this is the simple type of pattern which are used for the simple shape of the casting when there is no any withdrawal issue of the pattern from the mold. Basically these single piece patterns are used for small scale production, or it is also used for the prototype development, this single piece pattern. Suppose this is our casting shape. So this is our casting. Now how this single piece pattern look like for this particular casting is simply like this. This is our pattern. So the first type of pattern is a single piece pattern used for very simple shapes where there is no any difficulties while withdrawing the pattern. It is used for a small scale production and it is also used for the prototype developments. Okay, so this is the single piece pattern. The second pattern we are having the split pattern. So where these split patterns are used, so whenever there is a difficulty in the withdrawal of the pattern from the mold, or whenever the depth of the pattern is very high or too high, so there is definitely the withdrawal problems. So in such a conditions, what we are doing, we are splitting the pattern into the two halves. One half is in the rag and one half in the cope. Cope is top flask and rag is bottom flask of the mold. So this pattern or the pattern is get split into two halves. One is at the cope side and another is at the rag side along the parting line. So whenever we want to use that, you can use this both together by having some dowel pins attached to the two halves. I will show you the diagram. So see here in this diagram, the two halves of this pattern, one is in the cope side and another is in the drag side, and along with the seam we are having the dowel pin when they are get together. Okay, so these are the split patterns. When to use? When there is a difficulty in the withdrawal or the contour of the casting is very difficult to take out from the mold, then we can go for the splitting of this pattern. So the next type of pattern we are having the gated pattern. So what is gated pattern? This is again the extension of the simple pattern that we shown in the first type. So only thing is that the gating and rising system is attached to this pattern, so that the mold maker need not to cut the gating or rising system by his hand. So definitely if mold maker is not producing this by his hand, so definitely the production rate or mold maker's production rate is definitely going to increase. So what is meant by gated pattern? So this is, I can say, the extension of the simple or single piece pattern where the pattern is along with gating and rising system. So mold maker need not to cut that by his hands. So definitely the production rate of making the mold is going to increase. So this is the gated pattern. Now the fourth pattern we are having the cope and drag pattern. This is again like this split pattern. This cope and drag pattern is like a split pattern. Only the thing is that the drag and cope halves of this pattern along with the getting and rising system are mounted or placed on the plates, on the separate plates like wooden or metallic plates. They are mounted, and whenever we want to make the mold, they are brought together along with the alignment pin. Okay, so again this is very simple. This is just, you can say, the extension of split pattern, where definitely two halves along with the getting and rising system, they are placed on two different plates made up of wood or metal, and whenever required they are brought together along with the aligning pin. Okay, I will show you the diagram. These are the aligning pins. So definitely this is cope part, this is drag part. You can have here the views. So this is the cope part, and this is along with the getting system. So I have to show here. See, so this is the cope and drag pattern. So this is the cope part, this is drag part. Along the aligning pins, we are brought together these two to get the pattern and make the mold. It is like a split pattern. Only the thing is that along with the getting and rising system, they are mounted on two separate plates which are maybe wood or metal. So this is the cope and drag pattern. And one more thing, these kinds of patterns are basically used in the case of heavier castings, whenever the handling of pattern is quite difficult. So in that case we are using this cope and drag pattern. This is the drag part. Drag half, you can say, or this is cope half, you can say. The next pattern we are having is that the matched plate pattern. Matched plate pattern. So dear students, this matched plate pattern is again simply the extension of cope and drag pattern, where these two halves along with the getting and rising system was mounted on two different plates. But here in case of matched plate pattern, this cope half and the drag half along with the getting and rising systems are mounted on a single or same plate. Okay, so that's the name is matched plate pattern. So see, this is very simple, just extension of the cope and drag pattern. Only the thing is that in cope and drag, two separate plates for mounting. Here on a single plate, either the plate is made up of wood or metal, the cope half or drag half along with the getting and rising system is mounted. So this is the matched plate pattern. Next pattern we are having the follow board. The follow board pattern. So see, this follow board pattern is basically used in the case of casting, such that they are having some structurally weak shapes in the casting, and to support that shapes we have to put this follow board. Okay, suppose if there is a very weak, structurally weak component in the casting and we are not supporting that component, so what happened during the mold making? We are applying the ramming force. So because of the ramming force, what will happen? There are many chances to get that weakened part break or fail. So that is the reason why we are going to support that weak part by using this follow board. I will show you the diagram. So this is the follow board. So you can see this is the structurally weak component in the casting, and we are going to support this part with this follow. Okay, So the follow board pattern is used to support the weak part or weak structures in the casting, and definitely we can give them safety from the failure. जो अभी बोला मत लेना यहाँ तक लिखा. So the next pattern we are having, that is we are having the sweep pattern. So these sweep patterns are basically used for making the large casting, which are generally axis symmetric or prismatic in nature. For example, we are making the casting of the bells, or we are making the casting of any cylindrical shape. So in such a cases, we are going for the sweep pattern. Here the word sweep is referred for the pattern is going to sweep or rotate around the edge, generating the round surface. Okay, so this is the sweep pattern, basically used for the cylindrical or round shape castings. Then we are having the skeleton pattern. Skeleton pattern. So again, these are used for the large castings, where it consists of a large wooden frame in the shape of the casting, and simple geometrical shapes are made by using this skeleton pattern. So skeleton pattern is nothing but what? These are generally the wooden frames outlining. These skeleton patterns are generally large wooden frames outlining the shape of casting. Okay, so generally these skeleton patterns are made by the wood, and simple geometrical shapes are made by this skeleton pattern. So students, so these are the pattern types we are seeing. For example, which types of pattern we see? We see the single pattern or single or loose piece pattern, then the split pattern, then the gated pattern, the cope and drag pattern, the match plate pattern, the follow board pattern, then the sweep pattern or skeleton pattern. So these are the various types of patterns. Now after that, which are the color codes we are going to use in the preparation of pattern? So these are really helpful for the mold makers. The color codes used for the pattern. Okay, so I will write here. So number 1, the red or orange. Second, yellow. Third one, black. Fourth one, yellow strips on black. Fifth one, the green. Sixth one, the diagonal black strips with varnish, with clear varnish. So these are the color codes we are. So these are the color codes we are using. Say red or orange. Where to use red or orange? It is used on the surface left unmachined or as cast. So where to use this red or orange color on the pattern? So it is used on the surface which is not going to machine. As cast we have to keep that surface. Okay, where yellow color is on the surface to be get machined. To be get machined, we are using this yellow color. कि जिसका आपको मशीनिंग करना है. Now the black color. So black on the core prints for machined openings. Machined openings. These are used for the core prints. You will see what are the core prints. So it is used for black color on the core prints for the machined opening, whereas the yellow strips on the black on the core print for unmachined opening. Core print is what? Where your core is sits. This is known as the core print. We will see it later on. So green on a sheet of the loose core, loose part, you can say loose part or loose core print, and diagonal black strips with the clear varnish is basically used for the parts on the surface or part to be get strengthened. Okay, so these are the color codes we are using in the pattern making. Please see. So one more question. Many times they are asking. So which color and what is its use or intention to provide this color on the patterns? Dear students, now we have seen the various kinds of the patterns which are used for the mold making. Now let us see what are the color codes which are used for their patterns. So pattern color codes. So generally the patterns are painted with the contrasting color such that the mold maker can easily understand the functionality of that pattern. Okay, so let us see what are the various types of colors which are used for the coding purpose. So number one, there is red or orange color. Is on surface which left as unmachined, or rather we can say as cast, or left as cast. We are not doing any machining on the surface which will be painted by the red or orange color. Next we are having the yellow color. Is on surface to be get machined. We are using the yellow color. Then we are using the black color on the core prints with the unmachined opening. Definitely we are going to see what is meant by core print in our upcoming videos. So at the moment you just please keep it in mind about the pattern color code. Then we are having the yellow strips on black is on the core prints with machined opening. Then we are having green on the seats of loose piece or on loose core prints. Then finally we are having the diagonal black strip or diagonal strips of black color with clear varnish is on the part that gets strengthened, part to be get strengthened, or for shorten the casting, or shorten the casting. So for whichever the weak portion or part is there, that should be get strengthened. So it is provided with a diagonal black strips, okay, with a clear varnish on it. So see, these are the color codes, please. Okay, so these are the pattern color codes which are used in the mold. Okay, thank you.